What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Gabbin with Gavin podcast. This is episode number 22. This episode is brought to you by Town Brewery. You go to townbrewery.ca, use the promo code Gavin at checkout, and save 10% off your order. Thank you to 1990 Studios for having us today. This is going to be a great episode. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 22 of the Gabbin with Gavin podcast. We have got beer from Town Brewery, and we are recording from the brand new and improved 1990 Studios. Just want to take a quick second and say congratulations to Chris, the studio owner, on his beautiful new spot here. It's going to be a lot of fun recording today. We have a very special guest in studio today. He is one of the most rising comedians in the world right now. He's a local from Toronto. It's an honor to have him on here. He's been killing it down in Austin, Texas as of late. And it's an honor to have him in the studio today. Jared Nathan, welcome to the podcast, man.
Thank you for having me. Absolutely, dude. It's nice we get you while you're home here, because I know you're only on a limited schedule right now. Yeah, I'm going to go down to Austin in February, so
hell yeah, man.
I'm here freezing my ass off in Toronto.
Man, well, thank you for making the trip out today. Let's go back and let's tell everybody what you do and explain what's going down in Austin right now. You're a stand-up comedian here in Toronto.
Yeah, I'm a stand-up comedian. I'm from Toronto. I started doing stand-up in Winnipeg, Manitoba, and I had the opportunity to go down to Austin in November, and I signed up for Kill Tony.
Yes.
Which every comic has to sign up, and I got chosen.
All right, your next comedian goes by the name of Jared Nathan, everybody. 60 seconds uninterrupted goes to Jared Nathan.
Yep.
And I was on, and I did my thing.
Hell yeah.
And they loved it. They asked me to, I actually had to, they asked me to stay longer. And they asked me if I would, and I had to change my flight. I had to call my job. I had to call my manager to tell him that I had a huge opportunity and I couldn't go home.
Amazing.
And yeah, and then
cool, man.
Yeah.
We're gonna unpack all of that for anybody just tuning in. Maybe click this episode, not sure about Jared and his accomplishments he's going through right now. Kill Tony is one of the biggest comedy shows in the world, or one of the biggest comedy podcasts in the world. It's a live comedy podcast. He was picked out of the bucket, impressed so much they had him come back for multiple shows. We're gonna get to all that. Let's go back a little bit, because you mentioned you didn't start comedy in Toronto.
I started comedy in Winnipeg.
That's where you're from?
I'm from Toronto. I have family and friends out there, and I just moved out there. Just I had to change the scenery, so I moved out there. And how I started doing comedy was I was listening to Joe Rogan, and he had Paul Stamets on, and he could have started by taking magic mushrooms. So I have a joke about this, that it's true. I decided to take magic mushrooms, and I was staring at this open mic flyer that my friend gave me, and I always wanted to do stand-up. I loved comedy and stuff. However, I did, and also I didn't clear my starters, so I thought to myself I had to do something with my stutter. So I chose stand-up, and then I wrote some jokes that night, and then the next day I went to the open mic. I did my thing, and I kept going back and stuff. Yeah, and I kept performing. I did my first competition that summer. Rumors, and I kept doing my thing, and then I moved back to Toronto. I always loved doing comedy and stuff, and yeah,
that's incredible.
Doing shows there, and
just kept growing.
and during the first pandemic in that summer, they did the outside shows.
Absolutely. Freedom of comedy.
Yes. And through him, I met Jason Rouse, which is a comedy genius. Yeah. If nobody knows him, check him out on YouTube.
Absolutely.
And through him, I did some shows in Hamilton and stuff, and in October, I just wanted to do some interviews, so I asked if I could interview him on Zoom. And then a couple weeks later, he asked me if I would want to go to Austin.
That's amazing.
And yeah, and I went, and
And everything changed.
Everything changed.
That's amazing, man. I do want to really get into everything Austin, but there's so much to unpack even before we get there, man. Shout out to Ben Bankus and Jason Rouse, two awesome comedians.
100%.
Didn't want that one to slip by. Both those guys are awesome, incredibly funny guys. Something that anybody who's listening, who's tuned in so far, has picked up. Yeah. You do have a stutter.
Oh, I do? Really?
I wanted to ask you, did that make you apprehensive at all to get into, say, like an art that's so it's all speaking, it's all, and what were those first kind of sets like for you? Did you do well your first sets? Did you enjoy it right away? Did you bomb? Did you want to tell me about those opening days before even going back to Toronto?
I always loved public speaking.
Cool.
I always loved I just love speaking and stuff, and even before comedy, I did public speaking. I spoke for Special Olympics to other organizations, and I did Toastmasters. I'm a Toastmaster. I've won, and and going back to my first couple sets, I did a toast at the end to all the people that told me I wouldn't do anything. This is my first set. It was just rambling, and then the first couple times I bombed and stuff, and other comics were hard on me and stuff, which is good, I guess, because I like to pay my dues. And also, I learned the hard way that the R word isn't easy to get off, even if you're of that persuade, whatever. Even if I identify as it, the first couple times I said it, it didn't go.
People weren't sure how to react.
Yes, and I learned the hard way. It's hard to open. Don't open with the R word, and don't close with the R word.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm saying the R word because I don't know your censor thing there.
Hey, you go wild, buddy. I don't want you to restrict yourself at all. We're whatever flies on the Gabbin with Gavin podcast.
Okay.
I love it.
Awesome,
man. So how you've been doing stand up 4 years now? You said
yeah,
4 or 5.
4 or 5 years.
Everything's weird in these.
I count an extra year because of COVID.
I go. Everything's COVID years. Throws everything off a little. That's awesome. So, what was it? Stand up that made you move back to Toronto? Did you do more shows or?
Mental health really made me move back to Toronto.
Yeah.
But like, I was in a good situation my last few times in Winnipeg. I just had to move back. I'm happy I did and stuff. Mm-hmm. Just certain circumstances I don't want to talk about.
Yep. Nope. Yep.
But yeah.
Awesome. So then, how often would you get out in the Toronto scene? You'd be doing mics nightly, right? I see you all the time.
Yeah, all the time. Before COVID, I was out almost every night.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And I had a couple routines and stuff.
It's funny. Years before, like I even like did a mic or anything. I remember it was just for laughs. I want to say I can't even remember what year now. 2018, 19 maybe. And we were going to comedy bar.
Yeah.
And we were seeing Andrew Santino.
Yeah.
And that night there was we didn't even know, a buddy of mine. We were going to like to see the show, and we wanted to get a drink before, get some food or whatever. We went to another bar. Yeah. And it was actually an open mic that night, and we saw you perform, and we were saying you were one of the funniest comedians we saw that whole week. Like, it wasn't part of the show or anything. And I just remember, man, that mic, like that was the first time I saw you, and we were going, holy, like this guy smashed. So yeah, so I know you really have been out there paying your dues. You hit a lot of mics. Yeah. So just kind of talk about the Toronto scene and like what's it like performing here, and what are your ups and downs been?
Toronto scene's fun. You see me at another bar trying to battle over the music in the background, trying to do an open mic, which is fantastic. But no, Toronto, I've done some good shows, some good open mics. I love the SoCap open mics, which was always fun. I love doing the weed rooms, like Vapor Central was my favorite, Underground was my favorite. I love performing outside.
Yeah, those park shows were so fun.
Our park shows were unbelievable, and like a lot of mine variety came from those shows. Yeah. And thank you, Ben Vegas again. He's out in Austin. I saw him there. I'm gonna see him soon. Yep. And it's I got comfortable performing in front of no one. Yeah. Like 6 people, 5 people. And you just do your thing, and like, I love, I just bring it.
Hell yeah,
like, just holding a microphone transformed me into somewhere else, and like,
incredible,
like,
man. Absolutely.
You just touch the microphone.
Yep.
You know how much power is in that microphone.
Yep.
Like, the microphone is magical, you know?
Yep. And it's people will talk about it being like a drug, like it's something you get addicted to, and you got to chase that feeling, and it really is true. That's how you feel performing.
Yeah, it's. You see me out there the Kill Tony thing? Yeah. I had to scream. I had so much like the first set, I would just. I knew there was a chance I was going to come on. Yeah. I was focused. Chasing routes. Told me every other comic was watching the show. I had my face in the corner. I was in the corner just like taking it all in, but just focusing on, and like, I say this, half of my first Kill Tony thing, half of it was 50% manifestation and 50% who I knew. Because, yeah, I don't want to drop any secrets. But like, I was known to them. They never see me live. Brian Redban told me afterwards that he's seen some of my stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because Ben was doing Brian's show and all that. So you guys were all familiar with each other?
Yes.
That's awesome. Okay.
I knew Brian. I met Brian before the Kill Tony thing.
Cool.
I would tell you a cool story.
Absolutely.
Hey, a Saturday before the Kill Tony thing, Jason Ellis got me into the green room.
Yep.
I was not supposed to be in that green room, and Tony was there. I sat myself beside Tony, and I was speaking to him and stuff like that, and like we had some conversations about wrestling because I'm a fan. He's a huge fan, and as Tony was leaving, he asked Jason, like, he asked us if I was going to come on Monday.
Yep.
And I'm like, yeah. He's like, what's your name again? And I'm like, Jared. And I thought, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah,
it helped.
It helped. And, like, I knew, like, yeah, I also, on that Monday, I focused on my jokes. I focused on, I was like focusing on it. I was like, you know, I came locked and loaded pretty much.
You were
came locked and loaded.
Hell yeah. So let's get into the Kill Tony stuff. I do want to talk like I enjoy talking the Toronto scene, but this is what the people are here for.
Okay.
Let's talk all about it, man. You mentioned Jason Rouse. You guys did a podcast together a few weeks before you got together, and that's where kind of the ideas started flying about you coming to Texas, or was this somewhere you've always wanted to go since the pandemic?
Yeah, I always wanted to go.
Yeah.
I heard awesome the huge scene and stuff, comedy. And through the interview, actually on that interview, I was supposed to interview before with Jason, and that got canceled. However, on that interview, he already asked me about going to Texas. I just haven't booked my flight yet, so I knew it was happening. So, yeah, it just came out of there, and I went with another comic, Robbie Stevenson. We initially went down together to Austin, and yeah.
Shout out to Robbie. Robbie's a really funny comic too.
Robbie's amazing.
Long hair metal guy. Yeah. Awesome guy, man.
Yeah.
So one of like the big kind of plot lines like we learned from your time on Kill Tony was you extended your trip.
Yes.
How long were you originally planning on going for?
A week.
A week.
I was supposed to go home that Wednesday. I did my COVID test at like 4 o'clock on that Monday. Like 4:30, and then like, I did my COVID test. I had everything, and then
that Monday, everything.
And then Monday night changed everything.
You changed your whole life, right?
Everything just changed. It changed like it's
incredible, man.
And then I did the Secret Show. With Brian.
Yep. Let's talk about the Kill Tony Experience 1 first, though. So how long you'd been in Austin for? A few days before that?
I've been in Austin,
3-4 days before.
yeah, 4 days.
What?
much.
And you were just kind of taking things in. Did you do any mics or anything?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't
Hit mics that
I
night.
did a couple mics. Yeah,
What's-
I did yeah.
What is it like out there right now? Because it is like we keep hearing it's like with Joe Rogan opening the club and all these things popping up. Austin's kind of like the new LA
Yeah,
for
open
comedy.
mics are jammed.
Yeah.
Man, people move there
Yeah.
to do comedy. And, like, I'm not talking about people been doing comedy for, like, 7 years and moved there. People been doing comedy 2 months, and they moved to Austin. So, like, the open mic, it's like Hollywood.
Yeah.
You know, people come to Hollywood to get famous, and people go to that place. And the open mics almost every night, and it's, like, mics, too. And it's, like, book shows and non-book shows.
Must be a lot of fun compared to here right now.
Yeah, it's. Have you seen pictures?
Oh yeah.
You see, and Angus's pictures on New Year's Eve.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that every weekend on that street.
That's incredible. On
That
6th
street
Street.
is on 6th Street.
Yeah.
It's jammed. With people are happy. Nobody tells you put your mask up.
Yeah.
Nobody called you anti-masker. Nobody says anything. It's freedom.
Freedom. It seems a lot. Yeah. It seems like they got it figured out a
Yeah,
little bit better over there right now.
And the comedy there is like fresh. It's like nobody's getting offended really.
Yeah.
It just
That's awesome, man.
it's good.
No, that's so cool you got to get out there. So, Kill Tony, for anybody who doesn't know, Tony Hinchcliffe and Brian Redban host a weekly podcast on Mondays. It's been going on for like 9 years now or something, and like major people have come through it. People have made their careers off getting on there. It's comedians put their name in a bucket if they're drawn out to get to do 1 minute, basically like a bucket open mic show. And you were there for 1 week. You only got to put your name in one time, and you got picked. And just tell us about like that day before. You said you were hammering out your jokes. You had a feeling you were going to get picked out. You were manifesting it. You had maybe a little bit of an in with the host. What was that day like? Because you went up kind of mid-show, a few people before you.
I was the second person.
Second.
And wait, I was the second name told from a bucket.
Yeah.
There was this person who opened it, Julie Summers.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, I'll bet it. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
she,
I watch every week.
She kind of bombed, and the person before me kind of stupid.
Yeah.
He incriminated himself on live television.
Yep.
I don't want to go into it, but just watch the episode. And to give a backstory, it was supposed to be like a very special guest and stuff. Hey, I'm gonna drop it. It's supposed to be like Alex Jones,
Oh, wow.
Ken Nugent, and Joe Rogan. However, it dropped out, and everybody was not in a good mood. They were not happy. They were just things were not going well.
Tension, eh?
Tension.
Yeah.
And then they called my name. And I just broke the whole... Yeah.
You really changed the mood.
I changed the mood. And, like, I love... That's my favorite part about doing comedy. I love what... I love when people go up and tell me, oh, the crowd's not good. The crowd's not good. The crowd's not good. Okay.
Yeah.
And I go in, I just have fun. I just go. And, like, yeah. I just did my thing and just showed my charm and also I had the jokes, like, loaded.
Yes.
And also my first joke came out of the conversation I had with Jason Rouse that week.
Yep.
So my first joke was pretty new.
Mm-hmm.
I said it a few times, but like it was still new, and I just went up and just hammered it out. I think people with special needs should get a free hooker once a year. It's not that I can't get pussy. I'm just tired of paying for it.
It's a very like challenging thing, the Kill Tony premise, to try to win an audience over in 1 minute. And I mean, you've got an extra challenge too, right? Like it's hard to get your jokes out.
Yeah.
Were you nervous about the format? Like, were you to do the 1 minute?
I wasn't nervous. On the first time, I wasn't nervous.
The first that you weren't nervous.
The first time, I was excited.
Yeah.
I wasn't like. I was excited.
Yeah.
The second and third ones, I was freaking
Really?
nervous. Man. Because it was all brand new jokes.
Yeah.
And my second joke, and I went one way, which I wish I shouldn't have went in my second joke, but that's it what it is. But yeah.
When you're doing that first set and you tell your first joke and you hear are you taking stuff in? Like, are you just tunnel vision? Are you hearing the crowd go wild and like picking up energy, getting more confident? Like, talk us through that. What was that minute like up there?
An hour?
It felt like an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's I just did my thing. And like, it didn't really hit me until I was doing the last joke, and I saw Tony turn to Redban. I told him not to block, like, not to give me the West Hollywood
The bear.
Yeah. Watch the show?
Oh, of course, man. I watch every week.
Yeah, I took that moment in. I'm like, oh, shit. Okay, just go.
Yeah.
Just go. And I did it, and then I had a huge burst of emotion. It was 100% real, and then I just had a lot of fun, and I would just. Also, I told people before, I just want to get roasted by him.
He's a master roaster.
And the thing is, I love being roasted.
Mm-hmm.
People hate me being roasted. But I love it. Because, like, I always like people not holding back shit with me. Mm-hmm. Like, just whatever. Have fun with me.
Yeah.
And I came from a generation where people told you, oh, I make fun of you because I like you.
Yes. Yep.
I came from that generation.
Yep.
Which people now, they oh, that's evil. No, it gave me thick skin and stuff, and it just, I know I'm special. I know I'm slow. And that's number one thing. And like, Tony Hinchcliffe said the difference between me and everyone else is on the show. I know I'm retarded, you know? And like, the thing about that, I used to hate that word. And that word got me into trouble because I got suspended in grade 9 because some guy called me an R word and just spit him to a locker.
That's that wrestling, the Goldberg spear, the Edge.
Adam Copeland.
Adam Copeland. Shout out to Edge.
Yeah.
Another Canadian.
Awesome. Excellent. And then, what were the questions? Sorry.
Oh, we were just talking about like how you felt after that minute, what all that, like,
Man.
just the emotions from.
Just the interview was
The interview was amazing.
I was just answering. It's so quick too.
Yeah.
And it was just so
That's awesome.
And like, I took Hans Gim's gimmick.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Did you see me talking to him when the camera was? I'm like, I'm taking your gimmick.
Explain that to everybody really quick. What is Hans Kim's gimmick that you stole? Because just in case having a great set, winning the crowd over wasn't enough, there was another surprise for you on stage.
Yeah, it was awesome. If I had a kiss recently, and because of COVID, I really haven't. And if you're not familiar with Hans Kim, he's an awesome comic, I think, from the Seattle area, and he's been in the Kill Tony thing for like 2 years or something.
Hilarious
similar.
regular, Hans Kim.
Hilarious, and Tony started a gimmick with him having ladies from the audience come up and kiss him. And I had the opportunity.
Yep.
And it happened.
I mean,
and I gotta tell you, I saw that woman outside.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, wow, she's beautiful. And then when she came up, I'm like, what the hell is happening? And then it happened, like, I was grateful. I was like, I had to, like, pinch myself because I didn't know it was real. I'm like, is this real?
Incredible.
It was all a crazy moment. And, like, yeah.
What a whirlwind that 20 minutes on stage must have been. That's incredible. I mean, do you remember when you finished your set, the first thing Tony said?
A star is born, everybody.
A star is born.
Yeah, this show was made from me. Or like, holy shit, or something. Like,
it's incredible.
God damn it, or something. He swore or something.
He said a star is born, and I think he was right. I think you're going on to just huge things, and it was great that you got to use that opportunity, and you got an opportunity, you knocked it out of the park, man. So congratulations.
And my favorite thing with the whole thing is see Redban's face, and I'm like, joke. He went like this, like, oh my god, what did he do? And like, and I did a GoFundMe afterwards.
Yeah. And well, I know. That's incredible. Let's talk about that real quick. You were during the interview, it came up that you were only there for another day or so. Redban asked you to do the secret show.
And I did the
booked
secret
you for
show.
a gig, but you weren't going to be there. You were leaving Wednesday. The secret show was Thursday, and they asked if you could stay.
Yeah.
And they asked if you'd be willing to stay longer. They set up a GoFundMe, and to say it took off would be an understatement.
Jason Rouse was talking to my mom. That we were going to raise $10,000. My mom's like, that's not gonna happen. And then Jason Rouse when it happened, like, I told you so.
Shout out to Jason Rouse, man.
Jason Rouse is the man. Like, he's yeah.
We saw him during the those Ben's Park shows. And he's just a killer, man. I remember him on Comedy Central back in the day.
I love going after him.
Yeah.
I went after him before him a couple times.
Yeah.
I have no problem. He's inclusive.
Yeah. That's.
If you know one of the jokes, it's very inclusive.
Which one? The accent?
No, I don't want to cave in jokes.
No, that's he's a great comedian.
But yeah.
That's awesome, man. So we did the GoFundMe. You had to call your mom and say that you're staying in Texas for a bit longer.
Yeah.
Extended the trip from 1 week to 3. Did 2 more appearances.
Yeah.
And you mentioned earlier that you were more nervous for these ones than that first one.
Yeah.
I would have thought the first one you'd be.
No, the first one
You just
went
ready
off
to.
repertoire.
Of course.
The second one I wrote new jokes.
Well, I mean, I know the third set, your whole set was about stuff that had happened in Austin. So it was all new. I didn't realize the second set was all new stuff too.
Third joke was exaggerated, of course.
Of course.
I didn't see any, whatever. It jokes, you know?
Exactly, yep.
So, like, yeah, it just, yeah. The second one, I took one of the ideas I had for a long time, which I shouldn't have done, but whatever.
Was it the Porky Pig?
No, the Porky Pig one was good.
Yeah, that was a great joke.
The Down syndrome joke there was not a good choice.
Oh, no, that was a good joke.
No, it did. Whatever. I didn't. Whatever.
Want to tweak it up a little?
I didn't execute it good. I had a punchline I didn't even go to because I got cut off.
Of course, a minute.
And like, whatever. Just, yeah. But it was fun.
I gotta ask, where'd you go shopping in between? Because the outfits you rock on 2 and 3 are just you went full Texan.
I had help.
Yeah.
I had somebody who sent me stuff.
Yeah.
Shout out to route his connections. But you have to bring it.
Hell yeah.
You have to bring it.
Well, you mentioned you're a big wrestling fan. That's just you were in the gimmick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, I think wrestling helped me. Like all the watching promos growing up. Jim Cornette. Jim Cornette. I'm a huge Jim Cornette fan. I loved his promos growing up. I loved also like Shawn Michaels,
Yep.
Bret Hart. Yeah, I loved the wrestlings, and I always loved speaking.
Yeah. You find the characters and the promo work, all that is stuff that you've kind of incorporated into your own.
Yeah, you kind of half of the thing about doing comedy is the character. You don't have to. It's just like the facial expression help on stage. Like the doing things with your face might help. Just like you gotta like be energetic, cause like only a few people could just pull off just standing there.
Yep, of course.
And honestly, I used to be afraid to walk the stage, but then I did a show on a Saturday before the Kill Tony, and I just instinctively walked the stage.
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking about it. I was just incorporating it. Just like, yeah, having fun and just, yeah.
Incredible, man.
Yeah.
We got a sidebar here real quick, just because I'm a huge wrestling fan too.
Yeah.
Are you still watching? You still keep up?
I listen to Jim Cornette's
Yeah,
podcast,
the drive-through.
and the Experience. I listen to more podcasts. I like the Conan and Disco Inferno's podcast.
Yeah. Keeping it 100.
Keep it 100. I like the Bruce Pritchard podcast.
Yeah.
Something to wrestle with. Some
Yep.
kind of name. And I liked, yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm a huge fan of this radio show from Toronto, the Live Audio Wrestling.
The Law. Oh, that's
I've
so
been
cool.
listening for since on the Fan 590
Yeah.
at 3 in the morning or something. I was listening to it.
That's so funny, man.
And
I
I'm a
used to listen to
huge
that too.
I love wrestling. I don't watch it that much anymore. It's not that.
It's not what it used to be.
I love this CM Punk AEW.
Yep.
And I loved Daniel Bryan AEW and stuff like that.
Cool.
But Monday Night Raw, it's too hokey now.
It's not the same. No, it's no attitude era.
It's just too.
Yeah. I pretty much just watch AEW now myself.
Yeah, I liked Kofi Kingston.
Yep.
I liked Big E.
Yep.
I liked Xavier Woods. I hated the New Day gimmick.
Yeah.
I liked it from the beginning when they're like heels. Like then it became, gonna be honest, too much homoerotic stuff for me.
Little too much unicorns and
Unicorns humping
There was
the
a,
air. And
the bootios.
the pancakes,
Yeah.
the innuendos, it's too whatever. It wasn't my thing, and also yeah, I loved like Hogan growing up and the Macho Man. I was a huge Ultimate Warrior fan.
Oh, yeah.
Before I heard how awful he was as a human.
He was, yeah, it turns out he wasn't a great guy.
I still have the Ultimate Warrior shirt.
Oh, cool.
I have holes in it, but I still wear it.
Man.
But I wear it, I sleep in it.
Hell
But, like,
yeah.
it's my favorite shirt, man. He was larger than life.
Yep. And he had his most famous match in Toronto.
Yes.
Yeah, when he beat Hogan. Of wrestling for sure.
Yes.
But yeah, that was just incredible, man. It's funny, speaking of Tony and all this Kill Tony, I went to LA a few years ago now when Tony, I don't know if you know the Store Horseman. It was his wrestling podcast he would do.
Okay, no.
Yeah, he used to do a wrestling podcast, and they actually did a live wrestling show from the Comedy Store.
Yeah?
And I went down and had like Darby Allin, Lucha Brothers.
Seriously?
And and Tony and like the guys it was him and a bunch of comedians.
Yeah.
They hosted a wrestling pod and they did a live show. I went to the Kill Tony that Monday. Russell Peters was the host. It was awesome.
Darby Allin
He's great.
he's real.
Yeah.
And he, even though he does the hippie shit,
Yeah. He makes it look real.
he makes it look real.
Yeah, absolutely.
And yeah,
That's
some
so
people
cool,
don't.
man.
The young bucks. The
Man.
young fucks. No. Sorry.
Dude, we this is funny. We could get. I feel like we could bounce around on this
I
for a
love
while.
No, yeah, I always loved wrestling, and I think there's like a parallel between performing and like promos. There's the whole comedians and
Yep.
wrestlers, musicians, rappers.
Yep.
All in the same parallel.
Yeah.
Cause like I also used to rap. I used to like hype. I have a friend, a couple shows, and like I loved rapping, I love freestyling, and that kind of goes hand in hand with comedy.
Yeah.
Kind of goes hand in hand with everything.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think you're absolutely right about performers. Like whether you're a rapper, a wrestler, a comedian, it is all everybody pays their dues in the beginning. It's a lot of work to move up. I think you're absolutely right about that, man.
And also, a good wrestler goes by the fans. And a good comic goes by the fans. You know? So it kind of goes hand in hand, and yeah.
It is all about entertaining people at the end, right?
Yeah.
And if you can get that crowd interaction, yeah, you're right with both.
And all about, we need to be in tune to the fans. Like on stage, you have to be in tune.
Yep.
Because if somebody says something, you have to say
sharp.
something. You have to like be sharp on it.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
I mean, it's like even like you mentioned about when some comedians will say, "Oh, the crowd's bad." There's wrestling like that too, right? Where the crowd will be dead, and then a match will bring them back, and that's cool. I think that's the kind of
Yeah.
I can't believe I forgot to touch on this when we were talking about your first appearance. You're a freestyle rapper too.
Yeah.
You did a freestyle on the show.
Yeah.
You said rap something you love.
Yeah.
What are some groups, some artists you like? And how long? You said you did some hype stuff with another rapper.
Yeah, I did some hype stuff. My friend Phil, he went by Filthy the Rapper.
Filthy rapper, cool.
Back then, and some of my favorites, I loved like KRS-One.
Oh hell yeah.
I got into also my first rap song was Aerosmith and Run DMC.
Walk this way.
Yeah. Yeah, from that era. And like I used to go Fresh West.
Legendary Canadian.
Yeah, and I loved Canadian rap too, which is underrated.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, I'm a huge Cardinal Official fan.
Oh yeah.
I'm a huge Classified fan.
Hell yeah, man.
I freestyled in front of Classified, who has a speech impediment himself.
Really?
He had the lisp, which he talked about in some of his songs. And it was and like I love old school Jay-Z,
Cool.
all the double entendres and the similes and everything. I'm an Eminem fan. Tupac, Biggie.
Classics and Canadians.
Yeah, I love the Puff Daddy All in the Family album.
Hell yeah.
If you know that album, one of the best albums to this fucking day, I'm telling you. And Jay-Z's in my Lifetime album and like all those classics. Yeah, and Cardinals. I loved it.
So anybody who saw Kill Tony and you thought maybe you were playing around a little bit, you know your classics.
Yeah.
You're a hip hop head.
I am. I just like, yeah, yeah.
That's incredible.
I love hip hop. I love it. It's yeah. I like all music. The like hip hop, rap, whatever you want to call it. It's awesome, and also it comes from struggle and like I have struggle speaking, so I don't know. I just loved it, and also if you saw Kill Tony when I rap, most of the time I don't stutter, which left brain, right brain, the same thing happens when I'm singing. However, I'm tone deaf, even though I love to sing. It doesn't sound very good, but whatever. The like, yeah, man, hip hop and rap has been like something special to me.
That's cool.
And
man.
I've seen KRS-One live.
Whoa.
I went to Rock the House.
No way.
2009.
Man, those lineups used to be insane.
Here's the lineup. It was Tech Nine, Kanon, sorry,
No.
Damian Marley and Moz were headlining.
Yes, I remember this year.
Mos Def was there. Talib Kweli was there. EPND was there. Jason Rizzo was there.
Incredible.
Slaughterhouse was there. Yeah, Supernatural.
Supernatural. Was he freestyling?
Yeah.
So cool.
It seemed people handling stuff. It was just amazing.
So
it was
cool,
just yeah. Who else? I think I named mostly all of them.
That's awesome.
Just seeing also Mos Def and Talib Kweli, Black Star
yeah.
performed it. I've been
Legendary.
1, 2, 3. But no. Yeah, just like I
was gonna join in there, but I don't got the voice for it.
No, I love hip hop. Is like I love it. Also, eternal, high tech and Talib Kweli.
Yeah, Eternal Reflection, right?
Yeah. Reflection. Yeah, something like that. The amazing music. Just I remember around. Just.
Oh, that's amazing. Man.
Yeah, just. I love it. I love music. Just music, just the energy of it.
We're gonna go for hours here if we're just talking wrestling and
All right,
hip hop.
man. Sorry,
No, I love it. Let's we were at Kill Tony 2, your second appearance.
Yeah.
You're saying you didn't quite hit the last joke the way
The last
quite
joke
you
I didn't
wanted.
hit how I wanted to.
Went great. The interview was great.
Yeah.
And then they said they're gonna. Did you know at that point you were gonna come back for the third, or did they tell you after, or you kind of?
I had a feeling.
Yeah. So.
I had a feeling. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna try to be as humble as I can.
Yeah.
But like I had a feeling. And it was like. I had a feeling.
Do you think if you were local, there's any talks of being a regular?
I'm coming back in February.
Okay, that's all you're gonna say on it for now. Hell
I'm
yeah.
coming back in February.
That's amazing.
And I have an open invitation. I'm scared shitless for my next time. like, I'm scared every time I go on.
Yeah.
Cause like,
But you've crushed 3 times though.
yeah, they're like, you can fall so easily. You can't. I can't have this like. I can comedy. You can be here 1 second and be there. So like, I can't take anything for granted. Like it was some. Yeah.
That's awesome. I respect you're not getting comfortable and you're staying sharp on top, and you want to.
Oh, I have a lot of new stuff. I'm writing
Amazing.
and stuff, and I have some new things. I can't really try them out.
Yep.
But
It's too
that's
bad.
beside the point.
It is too bad here. There's nowhere for you to.
I'm going to do a secret.
Yeah.
I have something coming up here,
Yeah.
but I can't tell anybody about it.
Yeah. Shout out to that crew where we can't say they read that. So there's some cool stuff going on in the Toronto scene.
You know what I'm. You know what I'm.
Shout out
talking
to
about.
everybody who's trying to keep it alive right now, man. Because they're not making it easy for us. And
No.
comedy will live. Like we saw Ben put those park shows on
Yeah.
when there was nothing. Like it'll find a way. And
Yeah, comedy will definitely live, and like and it's just Austin. There's the energy to Austin. I don't know if you have been to Texas.
Unfortunately not.
There's the energy. There's like an energy that I can't explain.
Yeah.
It's like, you know how people say Canadians are the nicest?
Yeah.
No. Canadians are so passive, aggressive, and like, not, but like, Texas genuine love.
Yeah.
Just like, certain people, like certain, I had a fortunate opportunity to go to Thanksgiving. I got invited, you know, the artist, like, he did like, Kill Tony joke books. His name is
Bonsai.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can't say it, but you can.
I got you.
Yeah, he's actually a taxidermist. The nicest, sweetest family ever. Like they took us in on Thanksgiving. Robbie Stevenson actually carved their turkey. He was very proud of that, which he should be. He carved their turkey just like, yeah, it was just a very amazing experience. Just love.
Yeah, that's beautiful, man.
And it took us like 10, like Jason, all of us don't really have functional families, you know, so like seeing a family that's like all love and nobody's calling people out, nobody's criticizing, nobody's making fun of people, just like it's very good and like heartwarming and
That's
stuff.
awesome.
And good food.
And good food.
Man,
tell me all about it.
do you know that they put marshmallows in a sweet potato pie?
I know of it. I know.
Marshmallow and sweet potato pie. You take something that's already sweet and you add more sweetness to it.
You had marshmallows.
And it was like a caramelized on top, so it's like crunchy it was amazing. Shout out to the sweet potato.
Shout out to sweet potato pie.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. You've almost become famous for your love of barbecue down there. The food's incredible.
Oh man. Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
I can't say the word. I love the food. But no, yeah. I was also fortunate to work this barbecue food truck close to where I was staying. So I went there a couple times.
That's awesome.
And it was just good food. And also, man, $20 for like ribs and brisket, potato salad. Your other side, $20.
Yeah.
Huge thing. What here would cost like $40. But here, and like, yeah, it was good.
That's amazing.
And yeah, and like, it was from a husband and wife team, just them. So, you know, the food came with some love and like blood, sweat, and tears, and that's man. My favorite food comes from like the homies of places, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love going to shack places.
Yeah.
I had best food where nobody spoke English, just like in this motherfucking Mexican
Yeah. Oh.
supermarket. Nobody spoke English.
Yeah.
Somebody had to help me translate to the people behind the counter, cause whatever. But that's the best foods, man.
Yeah, cool, man.
The best foods when nobody speaks English.
That's when I was in LA. I found a taco truck, and I noticed everybody was speaking Spanish back and forth. I just like this is the spot. Just kind of pointed at one, just like one of these.
Yes.
Yep. Perfect.
Those are the best type of food.
And one of the best things I've ever eaten.
Yes, I'm into like fancy restaurants and people tell me the food's good. So like, it just tastes generic.
Yeah.
Those places, you can taste like the eyebrow sweat or like not actually.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm trying to say?
Of course, man. Yeah. Yeah,
You can taste the effort.
It's authentic.
It's authentic.
It's real. It's like it's not generic. Exactly.
No.
That's awesome, dude. So you're heading back. The GoFundMe took off. They're sending the people want you back. So that's got to be a pretty incredible feeling.
Yeah,
right?
people want me. People are buying tickets to shows, expecting me to be there.
It's awesome.
Sending messages. Oh, you're gonna be there this day. I got tickets. I'm like, when did I have the pressure? But thank you. No, yeah, people want me, and like, yeah, and I don't know if you're gonna bring it up. I was shouted out.
Man, this is this is okay.
Okay, you want to bring it?
No, dude. Let me do it. I'll do my little.
Okay.
I'll do a little.
You know what I'm getting
thing
at?
here.
Okay, cool.
So, all the success on Kill Tony. Brian Redban's one of the co-hosts. He's also the founder, like he started the Joe Rogan podcast, Joe Rogan Experience, the number one podcast in the world. Yeah, through Def Squad, and he was doing an episode with Joe, and he brought you up on the show.
We just met somebody named Jared Nathan. I don't know if Tony has talked to you about him.
Is that the guy with Down syndrome?
Yeah, and he's from Canada.
I thought he was a murderer.
He's fucking great.
Millions of people have heard that now. What was that day like? How did you find out about it?
I found out that I didn't really. I just told for a few people. Listen to Rogan.
You're gonna want to check. You're
You're
gonna want to tune in today.
What?
You're gonna want to tune in today.
You want to check it out? There's a few people. Just like they never told me anything. It's like they're like, just listen. Just okay. And then I was at work and stuff, and then I was listening like, what the? Yeah, it's like.
What did you feel? That was.
First of all, he knew me before Redban even said that.
Amazing, right?
He's a murderer. I'm like, like honestly, like, yeah. It was just, it's, you know, it's like I can't explain it. To like, it's just like, and also all the people who doubted me and stuff.
It must felt good.
Yeah, it was just like, it's been comments in Toronto who didn't want me on the shows and stuff like that, and whatever. It was just, yeah, it's all surreal, like, yeah, it's surreal, that's all I can say.
Millions of people have heard, an endorsement for you personally from Joe? Like you can't.
I still have
you
people telling
can't
me.
buy that kind
I
of.
still have people tell me, "Oh, I'm going to do. I saw you from Rogan. I saw you from Rogan."
Yeah.
And yeah, and
It must have been crazy for your social media and.
man, I had two subscribers on YouTube. Now I have like over 200. Just like everything is crazy and like my favorite experiences from the trip was it was on the Wednesday I was supposed to go home. I went to a coffee shop close to where I was staying, and I was talking to the coffee person at the counter, and he asked me how it was going, and I was talking about Kill Tony, and I'm like, Tony Hinchcliffe, and then 2 seconds later I turned, Tony, whoa, walking in the same coffee shop, and said, I was just talking about you, and I'm like, wow, and then so yeah, it was a lot of things
That's
just happened.
so cool.
Things just happened. Things just, man. I'm a huge opponent of the universe, and they put things in you. You get opportunities, and you just take it. You just, yeah.
Well, you certainly took your opportunity that was given to you, and you knocked it out of the park, man. And
Yeah.
I think it's so cool to see it. Like, it's been fun just for me watching a guy I know from Mike's and that, like, see you on Kill Tony, just hear Rogan shout you out. So I can't even imagine what you must be feeling. And I wish you all the best when you go back out.
Thank you.
Shout out to everybody who contributed to that GoFundMe.
Yes.
You're gonna do awesome things out there, man. And I really hope like you've taken these huge steps so far, and I hope it's just bigger and better things from here.
Thank you.
What do you think? What's next? What is next for you? What's your plan when you go back out there?
Don't blow it. No, honestly, one of my biggest things is I gotta get used to the heights again. I have to like before I get to do Kill Tony again. Yeah. Also, it's not guaranteed.
Of course. Yep.
People say, "Oh, I have to bring it. I just can't go back with the same old joke. I have to bring it." And then, yeah, like I want to probably do some more sketches out there.
Beautiful.
I have some people I want to work with and stuff. And I have some club promoters that are asking me to tell them when I'm coming
back.
back.
Cool.
So, but yeah, it's I'm gonna spend a vacation in Austin
Yeah.
next time.
Yeah.
Just whatever.
Good. Enjoy yourself. A
Enjoy
little.
myself and yeah.
Hell
If any
yeah, man.
custom officers listening, I'm going on vacation. But yeah, no, yeah, that's because whatever.
Yeah.
We want to edit that part out.
Yeah.
But no,
Well, we got a great editor.
I'm joking.
We'll get
I'm
it in
joking.
post.
I'm getting full of myself right now. I just want to have fun there
Yeah.
and just, but also hurt some hard work because I can't take anything for granted and stuff. It just they want me to come. They want me to come back, and then people have some big ideas from me and or for me and stuff, and yeah.
Incredible, man. Well, you're an incredibly humble guy. I hope you do get to take a little bit of time to reflect on the things that have happened and get to be proud of all the stuff you've accomplished. And it's been awesome getting to talk with you. And
Yeah.
Just to wrap it up here, could you maybe just summarize how these last between the 3 Kill Tony appearances, taking the trip to Austin, getting pulled out of the bucket, getting put on secret shows, getting shouted out on Rogan. Just kind of explain what this last little bit's been like to you, and if you could just summarize it and, yeah, just kind of wrap it up for the people.
You know, when you're on a roller coaster and you're descending?
Yep.
You're descending. It's like that. I'm finally going down right now. I'm finally, like, took it all in. I'm going down, but I'm coming back up, and yeah, I just have fun, man. Just having fun. I just have fun, and, like, I know I'm super humble. People tell me, oh, just, I'm like, yeah, I am funny. So, like, you also have to, like, I don't like to shove in people's faces. I just like to, you just have to just, I know I'm funny, and I know I can bring it on stage, and I know that, so when it comes, it just comes out. Just, yeah.
Hell yeah.
I don't know, man. Yeah.
No, that's awesome, dude. I think you've accomplished these awesome things. There's even bigger things to come in the future.
Yeah.
And it's been a pleasure talking to you today.
Likewise.
Is there anybody you want to shout out? Maybe let people know where they can find you.
Yeah. You can find me on YouTube at Jared Nathan Comedy on YouTube. I'm on TikTok. I never thought I would ever say that. I'm on TikTok, and I just reached some alien views on TikTok. What the hell? But yeah, and you guys will catch me on Instagram at the __who stutters, and yeah, just keep checking out Kill Tony, which is the amazing show.
Yep.
Or the shout out. I gotta shout out Tony Hinchcliffe and Brian Redban, Jason Rouse, then Vegas, everybody in Texas, KNF Barbecue, Austin, Texas. That's the place. And yeah.
Hell yeah, man. Well, Jared, thank you, man. This has been so much fun. This has been episode 22 of the Gabbin with Gavin podcast. We got beers from Town Brewery. We are in the new and improved 1990 studios. Beautiful set here. Thank you so much for joining us today, man. This has been fun, and I sincerely wish you all the best on the rest of this adventure. I really think it's just up and up and up from here. So
Thank you.
Thank you for taking the time and coming out here today.
Always.
Hell yeah. Woo.